guys, it's Luckily ASMR, and today's video is a celebration of the newest milestone that we have reached together, which is the 1K subscriber milestone. And in my own way, I'd like to both commemorate it and give a thank you to all of you that have supported me up until now. So I'll be doing a giveaway. That's only a part of this video, however. There will also be a ramble part, just purely whispering, but from the very start will just be the giveaway, the details, how to participate, what the reward is, and stuff like that. So, and I just actually thought up of an additional thing that I can add to the giveaway, so I just upgraded it on the spot. But in any case, I decided to do a giveaway, mostly because I thought up of a pretty solid idea of what I could give away, even though it's not a particularly unique or how can I say this, quality thing, or more of it's not a material thing. It will be a custom video of your own choosing. There are, of course, some restrictions, but I'll talk about that as well. And the way that it will work will be that anybody that wants to participate needs to like this video, leave a comment in the comment section of this video, and of course also be subscribed to the channel to be eligible. And in your comment, I need you to tell me what your favorite type of content is. So whether it is mouth sounds, language videos, hand sounds, inaudible whispering, you can be as specific or as broad as you want. But yeah, that is that is part of the eligibility. That is most important. And for everybody that does this, they get a single participation point, which is essentially how I will be choosing who gets the rewards and who doesn't. So there will be, let me just think it up whether I want it to be 2 rewards or like 4. Yeah, I think I'll do 4 rewards, but it'll be in this manner. The first reward, so the person that gets the top prize, is going to be getting a custom video, a full custom video, so a video of around 20 minutes or so of the topic that they either like most or they just want to see on my channel. This will of course be discussed with the person through either email or something else, and I'll tell the person through the comment whether that they won, and I'll ask for their email or something like that, and we'll talk about it further. On the other hand, the next 3 will be also people that won, but they won't be winning a full video. They will be winning a short, so it'll just be a 1 minute or shorter video that will be also on a particular topic, though those types of videos are more restricted because they're only a minute long, so there's not a lot that'll happen, but it'll still be sort of a video dedicated to only that person specifically. So especially for stuff like some of you have been asking for particular languages, so I think that would be a fantastic way for me to do a language video, a short language video in just a single language, without it being very long and arduous for me to actually make it, because it's hard to make a full video in a single language that I am not particularly familiar with. But on the other hand, it is also fun, and it is a way for me to connect to you guys. So that is the main part of the giveaway. The other part of the giveaway will be that you can get more eligibility points if you share the video and the prize in whichever way you want, essentially either through Instagram, where you can tag me you can tag me in the story itself, or you can do something similar on a different platform and somehow tell me you did it, because I am not active on other platforms yet. I am planning on making a TikTok at some point, but as of right now I'm only on Instagram. I do have a private Facebook and a Twitter that I like never use, but they do exist somewhere in the void, and so that is that. But if you like want to share the giveaway on like TikTok or Twitter or something like that, you'll have to either send it to me through an email. My business email is on my channel, but I'll put it in the description of this video just so everybody can see it. And that is about it. Let me see if I remember anything else. I think, oh yeah, and anybody that is donated to my channel also has an additional participation point, also depending on how many times they donated. So yeah, even if it was, for example, $1 donation or something like that, it will still count as a participation. I know that kind of makes it a bit unfair for somebody that may have given me $20 or something similar like to that, but I think it's also fair so that person doesn't have too much of a chance of winning. At the same time, Michael, who is my biggest supporter, is probably the person that I should be both thanking the most and making a separate video for. So I think I'm not sure if I should exclude Michael, in the sense that I should make a video for him outside of this giveaway, but I'll think about it and I'll put it in the description too. So Michael, if you're watching this video, just read the description and I'll tell you what I'll be doing with you, whether you'll be included or I'll just make you like an honorary video dedicated to you because of your unrelenting support. Besides that, others that have been supporting me for a longer time period will also gain an additional participation point. Mostly, so a lot of the people that I've noticed, of course, they also have to comment on this video for that point to count. But I know them by name or by icon or stuff like that. I just know, and there's also a feature on YouTube. On mobile YouTube, where you can see all the comments or the number of comments that that a person has made on a someone's channel, which is a very interesting thing, and it's a really stupid thing that you can't see it on the computer, unfortunately. But yeah, that is the gist of the prizes and how it'll function. I hope a lot of you decide to be part of this, because your support mostly is what kept me going and what kept me so consistent, in a sense. Though I wasn't always consistent, I tried to be. The inconsistent parts were usually not in my control, but this is one of the rare occasions where being consistent was something that I managed to do, and I'm not often consistent with things, but it seems that as I've turned 21, I've become somewhat more mature, I hope, at least, and I've been keeping myself preoccupied and I don't want to say interested, but like dedicated to the things that I enjoy and the things that seem to like be very, very useful to both the people that I'm making content for and otherwise. So I'd like to thank you all again for 1,000 subscribers. Our next goal, despite it not being a visible goal, is of course going to be 2k subscribers and 1.5k and so on and so on, but my current the current thing that I am aiming for personally is the YouTube partner program, for which I need like I think around 750 watch hours more. You need 4,000 watch hours and I'm at 3,220 something or something like that. But yeah, I need that like 750 watch hours, which will of course happen eventually, since the videos are up already and they're being watched, and I get like around 15-ish watch hours per day, depending on whether I posted popular or not. So your help will, as usual, be appreciated. But you guys have done a lot for me, and I am really thankful for you guys for having my back. And I'm really glad that so many people decided to enjoy my content and find themselves liking my content enough to subscribe and watch it multiple times and stuff like that, because it's really unbelievable in a way for that to be the case, and for that to be like possible for anybody, and especially for, I'm not gonna say for me, not because I don't believe in myself or something like that, but because I don't think anybody, when they go into a platform, if they're in their right mind, expects themselves to blow up or to become really popular really fast or something like that. Especially since I've been on this grind, in a sense, for like 5 to 6 months now, and that might not seem like that large, that big of a time period, and it isn't, but it is also a very, very interesting thing to look at when thinking of the ways in which certain people succeed, certain people fail, and such, and on and on and on. So it's really, really nice to have somewhat succeeded in my goal, which was to bring relaxation, tingles, ASMR, sleepiness, anything that you get through my videos, or just being plain helpful in any way, or interesting, even entertainment is something that ASMR is something that brings me, for example. So it is always good to be useful in those particular ways. On that note, I would like to also comment on the restrictions on what can and can't be requested. Of course, I will be discussing this with the winners more once they make their requests. I assume that of the 4 requests, at least like 2 will probably be the very first thing that the person that won wanted, while on the other hand, it might have to be a bit changed depending on what it is, but I will of course try my best to make the reward exactly what the person asked for. So the main restriction is that one person can't have multiple videos. So even if a person has, like, I don't know, 7 participation points, I don't know how you'd have, oh yeah, if you like donated 6 times or something, and also did everything else, or shared and such, but yeah, for example, that person can only win 1 video, be it 1 short or 1 full video. That's all one person can get. On the other hand, we have the second thing, which is what I just mentioned. Not all videos are things that I will consider making. Stuff that is NSFW, so not safe for work, and very mature and basically sexual in a way, I will not be doing. It depends on what exactly the person wants, and whether I find it to be something that is sexual, or something that I want to do, or something that I am comfortable with doing. And this also goes into the point of if it's something that I'm willing to do. If it's not, if it's something that makes me uncomfortable or something like that, I might just completely deny that person the chance to get their video if it's something really inappropriate. But I don't think that'll happen. I'll just most likely, if it's something that I don't want to do, I'll just tell the person, and then we'll see what we can do about it. But in general, I'm up to doing like most stuff that isn't what I just mentioned, and I can't really think up any other particular restrictions that I have. So as long as it's ASMR, yeah, that is actually another restriction. It has to be ASMR. So it definitely won't be like a, I don't know, a trick shot video or something, because that's just not what I make. And this is supposed to be a celebration of this channel, this type of content, and content that others can enjoy, and not only the specific person that won the giveaway. So that is about it for the restrictions. Anybody that wins will get more details when I email them or talk to them or whatever else we end up arranging and stuff, and I'll talk to them more through email or Instagram or something like that. And yeah, we'll see that. So but yeah, if you want, and especially if one of you wins, it would be preferable if you already followed me on Instagram, because it would be really easy for me to talk to you guys and see what you guys want in that way. So yeah, that would be an ideal scenario, I think. That is about it when it comes to 1K subscribers. On my part, I'm really glad that I got to this milestone, because the channel itself began quite fast. I got to like 100 subscribers pretty fast, and then it slowed down quite a bit because of my own hiatuses and stuff like that. So I wasn't worried, but it was going pretty slowly, especially compared to at one point when there was like a span a week where I made like 5 videos that were all of them were really popular, and I was getting like 24 and 30 subscribers per day, and I was like, wow, I did not even know these numbers were possible when you were this early on. And so it definitely seemed a lot slower in recent times, but it also picked up once I started making better quality content, once I got this microphone, once people began discovering me more. And there's also actually another thing that I would like to tell you guys, which is that my channel itself, the channel page will also be changing a bit. I'll be changing the banner, which is up to now just been a picture of a forest filled with wisps, which was supposed to be what my channel initially was when I was called ASMR Wisp. But now, since it's luckily ASMR, I just wanted to change it up. I'll also likely be changing my profile picture. You'll see into what it'll be similar to the current one, but I'll be posting it on Instagram before the change actually happens. And if I decide to make the change, I'm still contemplating it in a sense. Besides that, I'm not really planning on changing my content way too much. I still haven't made my anticipatory videos that I wanted to make, because I've had a lot of new ideas, a lot of ideas that have stayed from back before I had this microphone that I wanted to do, and in general it just felt like the wrong time to do it. So right now, soon at least, will probably be the time where I start making those, and in general I'll probably be continuing with my regular content, since some of you may have noticed that I wrote in most of the descriptions that I made that I was away during the past 7 days. I was in Bulgaria on vacation. Yeah, I know it's September and that it's not really vacation time for some of you, but it's still somewhat summer and it was still pretty sunny, so I decided to go with my dad and my stepmom, since they invited me. And it was nice. It was definitely really nice, and I made a few videos before I went, so I was ready for it. Now I remember that I may not have edited the description of my of the short that I made yesterday, so I'm gonna have to check that out now that I remembered. And I wanted to talk about the vacation itself a bit. Since it was during the vacation when I hit 1K, it was really exciting at that very moment. Like, I was in my hotel room, and I just like looked through YouTube Studio, and I was like, oh damn, I'm at 1K. Wow, that feels so different than like being in the 750, 800, 900 area. Like, when you're at 1K, it just feels completely different. Everything after just feels like after. It doesn't feel like you're going towards something anymore. It's like you're there. There's more. There's like you're at the first peak, but it still feels like a accomplishment, a milestone. So it's definitely a really unique thing in that sense. Gotta drink some water. This might be weird. Hopefully that wasn't too loud. I fully expect people to ask for a water drinking video now. Though I think my stomach would implode. I watched a video where somebody talked about drinking too much water and how that was possible, but yeah. Anyway, back onto the vacation. So yeah, I just found out, I was like, I suddenly had like a really big need to like be creative, and I ended up but writing down a few ideas, new ones that I had for videos. Some were insane, like really insane, but they were still fun to think up. So I just found myself being really excited for it and just wanting to make more and do more and just grow even as large as possible, just to make it even more enjoyable for anybody that wants to watch. So yeah, that was really interesting to do. And since it coincided with the fact that I was on vacation, which I hadn't really gotten the chance to have during this summer, because I mean, I had that one time slot period, whatever, of like a few days where I was at my grandparents', but I wouldn't call it a vacation. That was more like a mandatory family visit, which I'm not that keen on. But it was like sort of. But this was a real vacation. This was really. I felt really relaxed. The hotel itself was awesome. Like we usually didn't stay in like fancy hotels, like five stars or something like that. And this one was 4 stars. But it was really nice. Everything about it was nice. It even had a pool that I entered once because it was so cold. I literally couldn't keep my feet in it for longer than a minute. But yeah, I was mostly at the sea, and I like, since I'm a summer person in general, I like to both swim. Sometimes I suntan, though I didn't get much of a tan really, because I was mostly under the the umbrella. I almost said parasol in Spanish, and I didn't get much of a tan. But I usually do get a tan if I attempt to actually tan. But in this situation, since we were there like 7 days, it was actually 6 days, 7 nights, and one day was a complete mess because it was raining, so it was pretty bad that day. But the rest of it was pretty good. We had time to do a lot of things. We had both breakfast and dinner, and we literally didn't need lunch because there was so much food. And the sea itself was awesome. I got to like walk along the coastline, walk to some cliffs. I literally did a full run, or should I say scouting expedition around the entire peninsula. It's not a big peninsula, but it was still cool to do. My dad and my stepmom didn't want to go, but like I went alone and it was really cool. I got to see a lot of cool stuff, and I saw crabs. And like, I know that might be weird for some of you that probably see crabs daily or something like that. I don't know, but I haven't seen crabs like almost ever. I've seen them when I dive in the water, but this time around I was walking and there was like this stony area that was supposed to like be a dock of sorts, I think, or something like that. I'm not sure what its purpose is exactly, but it looked like it was supposed to be used like as a dock. And I just moved past it, and I looked down, and it was like there was like 50 crabs, and I was like, oh my god, that is a lot of crabs. And I started going towards them, and they just ran off. Like half of them just jumped into the sea, and it looked hilarious, but they did. And the others just crawled into like small spaces or at the corners, and I even managed to film them when I tried to like move away, and they couldn't see me anymore, but the camera was still there, so I could still tape them. And the video itself is really funny in my opinion, and it was really a really cool experience overall, and walking and just finding hidden routes and stuff, and I took a lot of pictures. I'll probably be posting them on Instagram soon. And yeah, it was just overall a really cool vacation that I enjoyed quite a bit, because there was just so many things that just got together. The only thing that was regrettable in my opinion was the fact that there just besides going next to the beach and the sea and stuff, the place that we were in, that's called Kiten, is really small. There's really not a lot of stuff to see there. There's a bunch of restaurants, a bunch of actually there's not a bunch, there's a few restaurants, a few clubs which I'm not interested in, and some sales booths for like sea stuff, so sea gear and like souvenirs, and that's about it. The city itself is pretty empty, especially at this time of year. Like most of the stuff was just completely empty because it's the end of the season, so there just wasn't a lot of things to see there. But I managed to do what I did, and since I like to swim a lot, it's one of my favorite physical activities. So that and diving, but I didn't get to dive a lot because I forgot my my glasses, my water glasses. What are they called? Snorkeling glasses. I don't know. In any case, I forgot them, so I only bought them like 2 days before we were finished with the vacation, and I only got to dive a little bit and got a few seashells and rocks and stuff like that, and I brought them back, but they weren't as good as they were when I went to Greece, for example. And also just I didn't have the chance to dive that deep because when you dive, you kind of need to have periods where you just adjust to the depths that you're in, so you can't just come the first day and just whoosh, go like 6 meters deep or something. Your ears are gonna blow off. So the first day it was literally just like a small dives, and the second day it was a bit further, and the third day I was like, okay, time to hit the floor, and I tried to grab some stuff from the floor, but like it was still not what I usually did, so it wasn't the full experience because I only went for 5 days essentially, instead of the usual 10 that when I go on vacations. So yeah, it was definitely a different experience, but it was still nice. It was a lot different from most of my experiences that I had in Greece, for example. It might be because I'm more mature than I was then, because besides like one trip to the sea where I went with some of my friends to Greece, which was also a completely unique experience when compared to both this and prior trips to the sea. I was literally a kid before that, and like the things that excited me at that time were like water, also diving, but like I was not an explorer. I was like, I want to go to the water, I like sand, I want to dive, but I don't want to explore anything. I wasn't that excited for exploring, and I didn't want to walk and stuff like that. But this time around, for example, I was a lot more open to it. I literally just went on solo missions where I just went around the peninsula and just walked around and took photos of everything and stuff like that. It was really a different kind of experience, especially since I did some of this alone. It's also a different experience when you do it alone when compared to doing it with other people. I don't know. It's kind of restricting in a way when you have someone else, because you never know what that person might want. It might not align with what you want in that moment, and that it makes conflict that is annoying and stuff like that. So it's just really freeing, and like a unique sense of freedom when you get to explore stuff on your own and just be by yourself and see the things that you want to see and walk around and just explore. Though it's also a bit dangerous. There was a feeling of adrenaline there, and I am an adrenaline junkie somewhat, so it's something that I want to experience. But at the same time, it is scary because like you're going through a place that you've never been to on your own with like no guidance and just Google Maps to help you. So it wasn't it didn't feel that safe, but it ended up being completely safe. Like there was nobody. I mean, there were like 5 people, but 6. But out of the 6 people, like 4 were fishing. One I barely saw at the edge of my eyesight, peripheral sight, and like the last person was just a random person taking pictures, like just like me. So yeah, it was really nice overall. Not much else to say about the vacation itself. It was just really enjoyable, and I hope to have similar experiences in the future when going on vacation. once again, I hope you all participate in the video, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. And of course, if any of you went on vacation, tell me what your experiences or like where you went and stuff like that. I'd love to know, because when I share my experiences, it's not the same when I just talk about myself. It's good to sometimes hear what other people experienced, what their recommendations are and stuff like that. So thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Luckily ASMR.